Welcome to the Fitness Oracle Daily Show. I am your host, John Katsabos, and today is Throwback Thursday. And we're going to go back into my past and talk about when I worked out and I realized it was too late after the fact and how sick I really got the following weeks. I don't remember the age that I was. I was late, early 20s, I think, early to mid 20s, I think I was. I had recently read an article in a big magazine saying that summarize the summary of it was basically, you know, how exercise can help boost your immune system in order for you to not get sick. In order to prevent sick, in order to prevent colds and flus. And I thought it was intriguing. I misread the entire article, as I normally do. And I thought, oh, okay, perfect. So when you get sick, it's important to go to the gym and work out to help boost your immune system. So that year, it's like a couple months, a month or two later ago, I can't remember. It was something like that. It was further down when I after I read it, where I actually got sick. I'm like, all right, well, this article said that I should go to the gym. So buddies called me up. We're going to the gym. You coming? Like, yep. You sound sick. You sure? Yep. I'm gonna go to the gym and boost my immune system. And and yeah, I'm gonna get over this in 3 days. And normal people get over the cold in 3 days. I'm gonna get over it in two, maybe one. Cocky little arrogant little prick that I was. Oh boy, the things that happened after. I'll tell you, man. I went to the gym, started working out heavy. At that time, I was close to the peak of my strength. I was at that point, I think I was benching close to 325 pounds, squatting like over 600 pounds. I was big. I was a big boy. It, a strong guy too. Like it was, and I was like, while I was sick, I was pushing that weight, and with a lot of help from my spotters. And that night, after my heavy workout, I went home. That night had to have been one of the worst nights I have ever gone through in my entire life. That cold turned into one of the worst flus that I've ever had. It slammed me, and there was no end in sight. The next day I could not stand. I didn't do legs. I couldn't stand up. I was down for the count for the first time in my entire life where a cold did that to me. Usually colds, I'm up and I'm moving around and I'm doing my stuff. It's just another day. But that the following days, and I remember this. This was about I was down and out for about 4 or 5 days. I couldn't get out of bed for 4 or 5 days. And when I managed to muster what little strength that I had to get up and out of my bed, to walk downstairs, to lay down on the couch in front of the TV, I was exhausted. And to say that it's a far distance, I was in my parents' house. And my parents' house is about 600 square feet, 650 square feet upstairs and downstairs. It's not a big place. It was a small little bungalow back in Toronto. It was a tiny little place. I would be in my robe, and my robe is thick, and I would have one of my old grandmother's uh blankets, and they're like rugs. They're made out of sheep wool. And you want to talk about like sweating, like you will sweat in this. If you sleep in this, if you sleep with this on top of you, it feels like a lead being placed right on top of your body. You're just stuck. I had that plus my robe on, plus a hoodie and track pants and two layers of socks. I was freezing. I was shivering for no reason. I should have been sweating like a madman, but I was ice cold. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. And it was like that for about, like I said, 4 or 5 days. And my strength slowly started to come back. It wasn't up until a month later where I actually went back to the gym. For 2 weeks, I was sick. 2 weeks. I went from potentially being sick for 3 days to 2 weeks because my ego kicked in. I misread an article and I got slammed. On the plus side, I mean, I had mom's chicken and rice soup, which is freaking phenomenal for like for a week and a half, which is great. But I mean, after a week, you get bored of it, even as good as it is. Can't beat mom's chicken and rice soup. You can't. I don't care who you are. Your mom's chicken and rice or chicken and noodle soup is the best. So I learned quite a bit from this. One of the big things that I actually learned from that um, experience was, when you're sick, don't work out. Let the virus work itself. Let the virus work its way through. Let your immune system do what it needs to do. Because if you give your immune system too many things to do at the same time, it's going to default to what it really needs to get done, which is what? Keep you alive, up and walking, up and moving so you can keep alive. And if you can't walk, what's going to happen if you have a virus? Now you have two two parts of the equation that are just flaring at you, two major red red flags. You have a virus that you know how to get over a cold, and you've just tore like so many muscle fibers, and you need to repair and this and that, and no, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to walk and you're not going to be able to move. So what's the immune system going to do? Walk and move are the most important things for human beings. Immune system will shift. It will put some energy into fixing the immune system, but it'll put most of its energy in repairing your muscles, your connective tissues, your tendons, your ligaments, the joint structures, keeping that healthy. What's the virus going to do? Boof, take over. So I learned that when I'm sick, when I'm starting to experience the flu, the cold, high fever, grogginess, coughing, sneezing. At that point, for me, it's too late. The body's already starting to get rid of it. But when I'm there, I don't go to the gym. I just let it work itself out, and then I move on. 3 days, done. I'm good. I'm good to go. I give myself a little bit of extra days. I'll give myself the rest of the week just to make sure it all works its way out and I'm perfectly healthy and I'm raring to go back at the gym. So that's my I call it the cold flu barometer. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys understand with yesterday's challenge was figure out your own barometer. When you start to get, coughing, sneezing, grogginess, fevers, that it's too late. It's too late. You're already sick. You're just starting to get rid of it. And every expert in the field will tell you that. Every expert. What you do before, we covered that yesterday. But when you have that fever and you feel, and you're coughing, you're sneezing, you feel lazy, you feel groggy, don't go to the gym, stay home. Forget the people that are at the gym and you don't want to get them sick either. I mean, that's an important part too. We don't want to get other people sick, but for yourself, if you go to the gym at that phase, at that stage in the cold, you are going to go through hell the upcoming week. It will be hell for you. I know because I went through it and I don't want anybody to go through it. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about tomorrow's TGIF Hot Friday, and we are going to be talking about get a good sweat on to beat the flu and how you can misread it and why some people misread it. And the story today, I misread it, and what will happen if you misread it, this thing. So stay tuned for tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be eye-opening, and I hope it's going to help a lot of people out there, especially this time of year. Most importantly, I want to thank you guys for watching this episode, and I really hope that you've enjoyed it and you picked up a lot of good tips. If you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell and share this episode with anybody who you think it may help. If you're listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, iHeartRadio, or whatever streaming service that you're using, please give us a 5-star rating and a positive review, as it will help us reach out to more people that are suffering from mental health issues. But before you go, I'd like to invite you to keep this conversation going by signing up to your free account at PodInBox. Over the years, we have discovered that in order for us to achieve the greatness that we're destined for, we can't do it alone. To help you find your place back in this world, we have come across this amazing tool called PodInBox, where we can get together and discuss this topic even deeper. All you have to do is click on the link in the show notes and sign up for your free account and find out for yourself how powerful community really is. Until tomorrow, you guys have yourself a wonderful day.